Okay, Springfield Prodigy, double stack 1911, 5-inch barrel. What I'm about to show though is the same for the 4 1/4 inch and the tool. My tool works on both. I'm spoiled. I'm going to show you first using my tool, and then I will show you the factory teardown for reference. Basically, safety first, no magazine, ensure that the chamber is clear, no round in the chamber. The slide lock back, my tool basically, you extend it out. And by the way, this tool works both on the TRP and the emissary, and basically the teardown's exactly the same. But basically you want the lettering on the tool to be facing the top towards the barrel. Once you have the tool on the guide rod, release the slide. You'll notice that it did not line the takedown notch, but that just requires moving it into position, and then remove your slide stop. I'm use my lat here to push it out. Once it's out, then you can just remove the slide. Barrel back, link back, and this is where that cutout in the guide rod. Now you got to have that barrel all the way in battery. So if it came out of battery, you put it back in. But see, it allows the clearance to come up over the link. This guide rod diameter is actually the largest that I've encountered, and that's 330 thousandths. More than likely because it's a 2-piece guide rod to be able to give it more strength for the threading. Remove the barrel, link forward, remove the barrel. If you want to take the tool off the guide rod, you simply place the tool and guide rod assembly through the front of the slide. Orientation is important here because you want that cutout to be away from the cutout notch in the guide rod. But you just take a little bit of pressure off of it, slip the tool off. When you go back together, like I said, orientation is important. You want it facing away from that notch in the guide rod. Slip the tool back on. You're ready to go back together. Link down, place it all the way back into battery or in the lugs. Link back, place your guide rod in the spring assembly. Use the little wire handle to pull the spring plug back up in there. Up, I'm a little off. There we go. Okay. Move the link down, keeping a little bit of pressure on the barrel to keep it in its battery, keep it in battery. Line up the link a little bit, get it close. And I use the front of the barrel to push this back so that it takes the slide with it. If you do it with the slide, a lot of times it'll fall out of the lugs and kind of hang. So you don't want that to happen. Make sure your link is lined up. Drop my slide stop pin in. Move the slide back until the notch lines up over the window. And if you're new to this, and especially on a stiff one, you might want to put a piece of tape or something across here. My slide stop horn will not work on the Prodigy, and the reason why is they've redesigned, squared off the detent tube. The slide stop horn will not go down in there because it's not like a regular 1911 detent. Replace the slide stop, lock back the slide. Now, any pressure on this tool from the spring or anything else will not allow that tool to come off that guide rod. It's going to be on there. So now we're all together. Now I'll show you the factory method. And the factory gives you this, which is an Allen key, and it's designed to go into the front half of the guide rod. Loosen the guide rod, don't remove it. Come back and line up your notch holding it under pressure. Pop your slide stop up out of there. Easier said than done sometimes. There we go. Up high enough to be able to get under it. Pull it out. Now you can take it apart. Move the slide. Now you want to keep your thumb on this while you're disassembling that guide rod so that it doesn't just fly out of there. But you take your key, or Allen key, and remove the front half of the guide rod. And once that's done, then you can carefully remove the guide rod, or the rest of the guide rod and spring. When you're going back together, it's a little bit harder. And the reason why is because you've got to get this guide rod down in there in the right position with that spring trying to snake it up out of there. You got to finagle it, and I'm not going to be elegant with this. Okay, see how that spring is snaking? You got to get it shoved down in there. Hold your thumb on it. You put your guide rod back in, bring it back, and you might have to loosen up on it just a little bit with your thumb to let that align. You don't have to tighten it all the way. In fact, you probably don't want to, because it's going to try to twist in there. But once you've got that, keeping pressure on that so it doesn't pop up, reinsert the slide on there. Well, make sure your link is down exposed. Come back, and this is where I like to get that link lined up. Drop the slide stop in. Come back, line up your notch. And replace the slide stop. You're there, except for tightening the guide rod. And at this point, you don't have to worry about it. Put it pretty snug, and you're there. Now, slide stop horn will not work on the Prodigy. And the reason why is they've redesigned this detent tube. Instead of it being round and like a regular 1911, they've squared it off and made it part of the grip. So can't get the slide stop horn down in there. They made this flush. They made this as flush as possible, which kind of is a pain, but I do appreciate the fact they left it rounded instead of squared off. Anyway, that's it basically in a nutshell. And like I said, this tool is a universal pro tool, and one of my universal ones. And it's going to work on the emissary, the TRP bull barrel model, the same, except for the fact that it's a single piece. Both those have a single piece guide rod with a hole in them for this Allen key they give you to basically put in the hole for disassembly. But it eliminates having this two-piece guide rod, which I'm not a fan of. But that's in a nutshell. I hope that it gave you some good information. Thanks.